So you want to know how to lock in before your races and to not be nervous. If your anxiety is holding you back from performing at the level that you know you are capable of performing at, then you clicked on the right video for the job. The name's Nico Schultz, D1 800-meter runner here at the University of Nebraska, and I've run numerous races in my career where I have been so nervous that it has held me back from performing at my best possible level. Your nerves aren't there because you're scared of the competition. Your nerves are there because you are scared of failing. You're scared of messing up. You're scared of not running the time that you know you're able to run. And I want to be able in this video to be able to flip that mindset and show you guys that you can use those nerves and turn it into a superpower to help you perform at the best possible level. Now listen, pressure can either lead to one or two things. It can be your downfall or it can be the reason that you succeed in your races. My first ever track meet, I went into this outdoor season. I was coming off of a really bad performance indoor, and it was my mental really bad. I had a really bad injury that I was battling, and so I was 3 weeks behind on training. I was cross training, I was in the pool. I wasn't doing any type of workouts that really shouldn't have allowed me to even have a PR, but I went into the competition with zero fear, and honestly, I accepted the fact that either reality could be true. The fact that I could go into this race and I could lose and I could get in last place, or the fact that I could go out there and potentially win the competition. And I went out there, and once I came across the first lap, I actually felt really good. And then once I came across that first lap, I thought to myself, like, listen, I just don't want to get last. Let me try to hang with these guys and see what I can do. Next thing you know, I moved to the front of the pack. I'm fighting for first. I end up getting third, but I PR with a new time of 1:47.3. And there's other competitions too, where I went into the competition super confident, coming off of great workouts, and I went into the competition with too much expectations on myself of, I need to get first place. I need to be in this position. I need to hit this exact time. And all that pressure and all that anxiety that I placed upon myself ended up leading to my demise. And I ended up running terrible. I ended up running like 1:49 and I'm making the final for a Big Ten championship, right? If you tell yourself that you have to go out there and run a 2:02 or a 1:53 or a 2:11, you're probably not gonna do it because you have so much built up tension in your mind. That's not the definition of locking in. That's putting too much on your plate for you to handle. If you go into your race clear-minded and with the expectation of whatever happens, happens, I know that I already put in the work, I know that I am capable of running a good time, then you go out there and do it no matter what type of race ends up happening. But the real key to conquering your mind is realizing that whether or not you win or whether or not you lose, you as an athlete are still the same exact person as you were before. For me personally, before every single competition, I would tell myself, if I were to win this competition, I would be this type of person after, right? People would view me in this type of way. I would gain this amount of respect, or I would achieve this accomplishment. But in reality, I was the same exact person as I was before. And if you put those unrealistic measures upon yourself, it's gonna end up destroying you internally. It's gonna end up destroying your mental, and it's gonna end up leading to each competition determining on whether or not you are happy or not. And you can't let that conquer you as an athlete. And this is something that's taken me 4 years to realize. It's going into each competition knowing that, listen, if I do good, cool. If I do bad, it's fine. There's still more life to live. There's still more things to do out there. The whole entire world does not revolve around track, and that will help you limit your nerves going into each and every single competition. But before you get it twisted, you are in track to obviously run fast times. When you cross that line, you see a new PR. It's one of the best feelings out there. It's one of the reasons why I personally keep on training day in, day out, waking up super early in the morning to get after it, or even training super late at night, going to sleep early, going to sleep on time, finding new tweaks in my nutrition and try to give me that competitive edge to PR by just a second, right? There's so many pressures that you put on yourself to be a great track athlete, and you obviously want to be the best version of yourself, but you have to take care of your mental. Another part of the track journey that I have to share with you guys is the spiritual journey as well. Before most competitions, I do like to meditate and think about all the positive things that could happen during my competitions and reflect upon what it took to get here. Back when I was a senior in high school, you know, I had no scholarships going into my senior year, and I really wanted to go D1 in track, because if I didn't go D1 in track, I was going to be stuck in my home state in Illinois, and I was going to be forced to work. I would have never came to college. I don't like school. All I cared about was track, and all I cared about was going D1 into a Big Ten school. And I went into this competition with zero expectations. The only outcome on my mind was just to win, go out there and be a competitive athlete. And I went into that competition without a scholarship, and I left that competition with a new state record and 6+ scholarships from different coaches across the entire Big Ten. And that was just because I bet on myself and I believed in myself, and I didn't fill my mind with the pressure of having to do something. I just went in there with one singular goal: to be a competitive athlete, and whatever happens, happens. That is how you can achieve big things as a track athlete, is going in there with a competitive mindset and overall going in there to win. But when all hope seems to be lost, just remember at the end of the day why you started to do the sport. Originally, I started to do the sport just to become a better athlete for football, right? And then it transitioned to I'm doing the sport to pay for my college. And now it's transitioned to I'm doing this sport to try to become a professional athlete, and I'm also doing this sport to showcase to you guys what it's like to live this type of lifestyle. Those are the things that fulfill me as a track athlete, and you have to find out your why. You have to figure out why you go to each and every single track meet. And every reason is okay. If you're in track and you're in high school and you know that your career is done by the end of your high school career and you just like going to track meets with your friends and being competitive and spending the time with the team, that's perfectly fine. If you are in it for a bigger goal like going D1 or trying to become a professional, that is perfectly fine too. I also want to try to go to the 2028 Olympics and represent Team Puerto Rico. We all are doing this for different reasons. Having your why is so important because as far gone as you might think you are, whether or not you're going through an injury or whether or not you are just mentally down on yourself because you're not running fast times or you're not PRing, just remember at the end of the day that your time does not determine your worth as a track athlete. And that will help alleviate your nerves, and that will help you better lock in for your competitions. And also put together a good playlist too for your competitions. That also helps too. Going into the track meets with some good tunes, whatever you listen with your AirPod Maxes or your AirPods, whatever. Having a solid playlist or having a track playlist is something that's got me do a lot of crazy workouts and help lessen those nerves going into my competitions as well. So definitely use Spotify or Apple Music, whatever it is you listen to. But finally, as a track athlete, if you want to be the best possible athlete you can be, you have to be doing what the other athletes are not doing. And that is taking care of yourself mentally, whether it is journaling, whether it is meditating, whether it is studying your competition or studying the greats in the sport of track and field in your specific event group. You have to be doing the little things right because they do add up. And when you show up to that competition and if you win by 0.01 or 0.1 or even a full 5 seconds, there's gonna look back at what are the things that you have been doing to get to that level. And that's when you're gonna share with everybody, I've been studying the game and I've been taking care of the little things to make sure that the bad habits don't add up. You have to make sure as a track athlete that the good outweighs the bad. Whether or not you miss one day of a good meal or you messed up your sleep schedule one time, that does not mean you are a bad sleeper or a bad track athlete. You just messed up one time. Don't put all of your worth into one singular performance. See y'all next time.